endorsers of the impeachment complaint. Sangayon naman ako sa kanila dahil ang mga sinabi nga natin mga endorsers, there has been allegations now of misuse of hundreds of millions of public funds. Merong mga sworn affidavits, merong mga allegations na binitawan, merong usapin regarding betrayal of public trust, graft and corruption. Kagaya nga ng sinabi ni Congresswoman Renico, hindi dapat tayo matakot ungkatin ang katotohanan. At kagaya ng sinabi ng aking kaibigan, si Pastor Benny Abante, public office is a public trust. We should proceed with fairness and without fear. Bottom line, we have to be impartial. That's why I would like to raise this. In the light of serious allegations contained in a joint affidavit issued last February 23, that has been reportedly transmitted to the Office of the Ombudsman. There have been allegations that some members of Congress nakatanggap ng envelope, nakatanggap ng maleta, ito'y naibigay, kung hindi sa opisina, sa townhouse. No, let me finish.
There's
You
a
will
point
have your
of
turn
order,
because
the
this is
Honorable
bearing.
Sutay.
This is not an allusion
Order.
to prejudge the veracity of the allegations.
Honorable Suntay, there is a point of order.
This is also a
And
point
that
of
enjoys
order,
the
Madam
highest
Chair.
hierarchy among all the
What is
motions.
the relevancy of this speech?
No.
to the determination of sufficiency in form?
Madam Chair, this is very relevant because we are
Please, Honorable Suntay, please wait until he finishes with his point of order. The Honorable Terry Ridon is recognized. Kindly use a microphone which is okay.
Madam Chair, the speech of our distinguished colleague is absolutely relevant to the question of sufficiency of form and substance in the matter. And more importantly, my understanding of what he's stating today is that he's probably accusing members of Congress, members of the House Committee on Justice, as receiving payments for the implementation of our mandate in the impeachment proceeding. So, which is which, Madam Chair? So I think his speech is out of order and this should be decided promptly by the committee.
Okay, we heard the basis of the point of order of the Honorable Terry Ridon. Now we shall hear the answer of the Honorable Suntay.
Yes, Madam Chair. Ang problema sa
Kindly
kaibigan ko,
justify the relevance of your
He is
statement to the
jumping the
current
gun.
impeachment proceedings.
he is jumping the gun. This is actually relevant not only in the determination of form and substance. This is relevant in the impartiality, in determining the impartiality of this hearing, which is very important. Madam Chair, this is not an accusation. Kaya nga, kung hinintay lang ako patapusin, ewan ko bakit naman yung aking kaibigan, naggagalaiti ka agad at concern na concern. You know, if we have nothing to fear, then we just listen. If we are not being alluded, why are we so guilty? So let me finish. The issue here is not to prejudge the veracity of the allegation. However, given the gravity of the claims and the potential impact on the credibility of the committee's proceeding, ang gusto ko maging malinaw lang po, hindi ko hinuhusgahan yung aking mga kasamahan o ipagpalagay na totoo ang mga aligasyon. Hindi rin po ito personal na laban sa sino man sa inyo. Sa katunayan, ang layunin ko ay kabaligtaran upang protektahan ng bawat isa sa inyo. Mabigyan, kasi may listahan na nilalabas eh. Ang gusto ko po, sa ganitong pagkakataon, Madam Chair, naniniwala ako na mas mabuti na tayo mismo ang magharap at maglinaw ng issue. Kaya maging kaysa maging bulong-bulungan pa ito. Bigyan natin ng pagkakataon bawat membro ng committee. Pagkakataon mismo na mag-assess ng kanilang sitwasyon or if they can be an impartial member of this committee. Yun lang. Kung sa tingin nila, they can be an impartial, then let's proceed. However, if they think that baka pagdudahan sila at pagdudahan yung lalabas dito na resulta, then let's allow them if they want to recuse.
Honorable Suntay, with all due respect, unless all your manifestations have complete relevance to the current impeachment proceedings, you're enjoined by the chair to proceeding to your manifestation.
That's why, Madam Chair.
So ordered.
Madam Chair, my point is just to... if we
Honorable
could-
Sunta, you are enjoined already by the chair to cease from manifesting, from making manifestations which are totally irrelevant to our current proceedings.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. But as I
Thank
mentioned,
you.
this goes to the impartiality of the committee.
You are
Thank you
assured
very
of the
much.
impartiality of the Justice Committee. Now we shall proceed to the determination of sufficiency in form. Thank you, Honorable Suntay. We will be suspending for 2 minutes to fix all the microphone. Determination of sufficiency in form.
Madam
If the other
Chair.
members,
Madam
the
Chair.
Honorable Diaz-Guerin.
Madam Chair, prior to proceeding with the indulgence of the members of this committee, since the allegations were baseless and not contained in an affidavit, and this is the subject of an impeachment complaint totally unrelated to what was mentioned, may I move that the words and the allegations as contained for congressmen getting money in the office and being delivered in the townhouses be stricken off the records. So move, Madam Chair.
There is a motion to strike off from the record the manifestation of the Honorable Suntay with respect to the money taken or received in relation to the...
Basically, Madam Chair, the statements, the allegation mentioned by Congressman, or my good friend, my very good friend, Congressman Suntay,
You are good friend to each other.
Very, Madam Chair.
Very much, Madam Chair. So,
There is a motion to strike off from the record the manifestation of the Honorable Suntay about the money taken or received allegedly by the members of the House. Is there a
Madam Chair.
second? The same has been seconded. Is
Madam
there any
Chair.
objection?
Madam Chair.
Are you-
Madam Chair, I have no objection considering it has been published.
The Honorable Marcoleta, are you objecting?
No, ma'am. In fact, I'm appealing to
Let us resolve first the
to
motion.
reinstate the.
So you are objecting.
No, I'm appealing to reinstate the remarks earlier made by.
The motion
Honorable
is
Suntay.
still pending. It's not yet resolved. If there are no objection,
I cannot object.
then the chair approves the motions to strike off from the record the manifestation of about the money allegedly received by the House members from the manifestation of the Honorable Suntay. So ruled. Honorable Marcoleta.
Madam Chair, I'd like to appeal. I think the remarks earlier made by Honorable.
Is that a
Suntay-
motion for reconsideration?
It's more of a manifestation.
Okay, please manifest.
Opo. The earlier remarks made by Honorable Suntay is an appeal for objectivity, impartiality, insofar as the proceedings of the Justice Committee is concerned. Ang binanggit po niya, if we will, no offense to the most of the members of the Justice Committee, there are 25 House members named in the affidavit of the 18 ex-Marines, 25 names, which comprise around 1/3 of the membership of the Justice Committee here, all present.
The Honorable Marcoleta is likewise reminded to confine the manifestation to the relevancy of the current impeachment
I
proceeding.
think it's very germane, ma'am, because it boils down to the objectivity and impartiality of the members.
Honorable Marcoleta, we have not reached even the determination of sufficiency in form, and the chair has stated already that the Justice Committee is assured of the impartiality of the chair, including all the members. I think that is premature for us to discuss on the partiality when we haven't heard any of these impeachment complaints. So unless the manifestation has relevance to the current impeachment proceeding, the Honorable Marcoleta is requested to cease from making manifestation outside the subject matter of this impeachment proceeding.
Madam Chair, with due respect to the 25 members who were mentioned in the affidavit,
Honorable Marcoleta, you're reminded by the chair already to confine to the subject matter of this impeachment proceeding. If you continue to make a manifestation outside the subject matter, we will be ruling you out of order, with all due respect. Honorable Marcoleta.
I submit to the wisdom of the chair.
Thank you. We shall now proceed to the determination of sufficiency in form. For the guidance of all the members, in determining sufficiency in form, we will be dealing with the following questions. Number 1, whether the impeachment complaint was signed. Number 2, whether the impeachment complaint was properly verified. Number 3, whether there was a proper endorsement by a legitimate incumbent member of the House in cases filed by citizens. Number 4, whether it was included in the order of business within 10 session days and referred to the proper committee within 3 session days. Number 5, whether the impeachment complaint is compliant with procedural formatting and jurisdictional requirements. And last, whether the impeachment complaint complies with the 1-year bar rule. We will be holding our deliberation, one impeachment complaint after the other, beginning with Castro et al. Impeachment complaint, followed by Father Sabalia et al. Impeachment complaint, and finally by Cabrera impeachment complaint. After all the deliberations are concluded, the justice members will be proceeding to vote again one after the other impeachment complaints.
Madam
To
Chair,
begin with,
Madam Chair,
I was about to call you Honorable Tino. What is the pleasure of the Honorable Tino?
no, a parliamentary inquiry based on the pronouncement of the chair as to the scope of determination of sufficiency in form. In our rules, malinaw po, a verified complaint for impeachment by a member of the House or by any citizen upon a resolution of endorsement by any member hereof shall be filed with the office of the Secretary General and immediately referred to the Speaker. An impeachment complaint is verified by an affidavit that the complainant has read the complaint and that the allegations therein are true and correct of his personal knowledge or based on authentic records. So those are the parameters for determining sufficiency in form. My concern, Madam Chair, is that the Chair mentioned additional matters such as, for example, whether or not the filing of the complaint complies with the 1-year bar. Wala naman po sa explicit rules on impeachment iyon. And in fact, let me note that the 1-year bar applies to an impeachment proceeding, not the filing of a complaint, but the initiation of an impeachment proceeding. No, kaya po nagtataka lang po tayo bakit nadagdagan po ng mga kailangang i-determine ng committee ito at this point when the rules are very clear. We only have to deliberate whether or not the complaints are verified and whether endorsed by a member of the House, Madam Chair.
Before the Honorable Flores respond to the manifestation of the Honorable Tino, we would like to recognize the Honorable Micah Gonzalez, Deputy Majority Leader, the Honorable Ana York P. Bondoc from the 4th District of Pampanga, and the Honorable Ramon Rodrigo L. Gutierrez from the One Rider Party List. The Honorable Flores is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, tama naman po yung sinabi ni Congressman Tino, no, na hindi siya specifically mentioned yung timeliness. But I think it should be part of the consideration in determining form, Madam Chair, kung timely nga ba yung pag-file ng isang impeachment complaint. Because it would be useless for us to consider any impeachment complaint that was filed within the 1-year bar period, Madam Chair. And I think it is important that we determine it together with the other formal requirements of the impeachment complaint na dapat nga may, kung ako nga lang ang masunod, dapat part of the verification should include a statement that this complaint was filed no, na outside of the 1-year bar rule if there is any. Because it would be, again, useless for us to determine the validity of the form if we know for a fact that it was filed well within the 1-year bar rule, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
All right? The Honorable Tino?
Madam Chair, if I may, the Constitution itself says, with respect to this 1-year bar, that no impeachment proceedings shall be initiated against the same official more than once within a period of 1 year. So it speaks of initiation of impeachment proceedings within 1 year being barred. No? Proceedings. Hindi po sinabing filing of complaint. And it is very clear in our own rules and in jurisprudence that an impeachment proceeding is initiated not by the filing of a complaint, but by referral of plenary of the complaints to the Committee on Justice. Hindi po ba malinaw yon, Madam Chair? So, kaya po, tingin ko, bakit po ginagawang issue ang hindi naman issue? The Constitution, yan po ang pinakamataas. no, nagsasabi ang barred for 1 year is the initiation of an impeachment proceeding, not the filing of a complaint. The filing of a complaint does not initiate a proceeding, Madam Chair. So, Madam Chair, please enlighten this representative kasi nga lumalagpas po tayo sa konstitusyon, no? Sa nais niyong pag-include ng timeliness of filing. Wala naman pong ganung rules, Madam Chair.
The Honorable Flores is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, the Supreme Court in its decision noong July 25 to 2025 clearly said that no new impeachment complaints, if any, may only be commenced no earlier than February 6 of 2026. That was clearly stated by the decision of the Supreme Court in July 2025. And while it may not have been stated, as correctly pointed out again by Congressman Tino, na ito lang yung sinabi ng Constitution natin, but in interpreting that provision of the Constitution, the Supreme Court came out with this decision that no new complaints may be commenced no earlier than February 6 of 2026. And it is silent on this point on its resolution of the motion for reconsideration noong January 2026 po. Madam Chair.
Madam
The
Chair.
Honorable Ridon,
Madam Chair.
and then the Honorable Chua, and then the Honorable Patiernos, and then the Honorable Suntay.
Well,
Honorable Ridon
And then
first.
Madam Chair.
Well, before proceeding further, Madam Chair, I think what the endorsers wanted to do is to reframe the matter, no? That we should not discuss it as part of sufficiency in form. But, and if this is not the situation that they want to find themselves in, I think we have to discuss it as a threshold question. And whether or not their filing is actually barred based on the Supreme Court decision and all other relevant constitutional provisions and rules of impeachment proceedings, no? So is that the pleasure of the endorsers, Madam Chair? To
May
determine this as
we
a-
request the Honorable Tino to confirm whether your concern is only to consider the compliance to one-year bar rule as a preliminary matter instead of including that in the determination of sufficiency in form?
My position, Madam Chair, is that the question of timeliness is not relevant at all to these proceedings because the initiation of the impeachment proceeding is well after the so-called one-year bar.
Nonetheless-
Based not on the original decision of Duterte versus House of Representatives, but on the ruling on the motion for reconsideration. No? So, and Madam Chair, perhaps I will...
Just for clarity, Honorable
Opo,
Tino, would you
Madam
like
Chair.
to discuss the one-year prohibition period prior to our determination of sufficiency in form?
Oo.
Is that your pleasure?
Sabi ko nga, Madam Chair, na-anticipate ko na merong tutulad sa yumaong si Congressman Edsel Lagman and they will raise a prejudicial question before the actual deliberation on
Madam
sufficiency in form. No, I do not. I am not.
So what is the pleasure of
Moving
the
for that.
Honorable Tino?
Okay. I am merely actually, okay, if I may,
Because
I
there
would
is
like to raise a point of order. Therefore, that deliberations on so-called timeliness of filing is not within the scope of this stage of the impeachment proceedings. No, because we are, as the chair mentioned herself, in the period of determination of sufficiency in form, and as our rules very clearly state, no, that consists of determining whether or not there is a verified complaint and whether or not this is duly endorsed by a member of the
What
House.
actually is the point of order of the Honorable Tino? Is it your intention that to actually set aside the discussion of one-year bar rule in
Yes,
relation
Madam
to
Chair.
your complaint?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Chua first and then the Honorable
i-
Flores.
Yeah, if I remember it correctly, the Honorable Tino manifested a while ago that he wanted to be clarified with respect to the word initiated. Tama po ba? Yes. Now, let